You're watching this week's edition of the Fanvestor Report with your host, Jezlan Moyet.
Hey Fanvestors, welcome to the Fanvestor Report. I'm your host, Jezlan Moyet, and the Fanvestor Report is a must-see weekly podcast providing you with all you need to know about the business side of Hollywood. Our conversations and celebrity guests will be sure to appeal to audiences of all ages who are seeking investment opportunities. Our podcasts are produced using the latest recording technology, making your viewing and listening experience second to none. At Fanvestor, we are an innovative digital crowdfunding platform where fans can support their favorite celebrities in fashion, media, sports, television, and film. We want you to invest in your passions starting right here at Fanvestor. Fans can participate and engage with celebrities through investing in e-commerce auctions. You can also invest in equity crowdfunding projects. And soon you'll be able to invest in our NFT product line. We hope you enjoy and look forward to seeing you back each week. Hey superfans, welcome back to the Fanvestor Report. I'm your host, Jezlan Moyet, and this is a must-see weekly podcast providing you with all of the need-to-know business of Hollywood. This week, that's exactly what we're talking about, the business of entertainment, as writers, directors, producers, and actors. We'll be joined by the director and breakout star of the new flick, Feral State, making its worldwide release this Friday, May 28th on all platforms. And in entertainment news, this week is the long-awaited Friends reunion, the one where they get back together. And we want to know from you fans your take on the business of Friends. In 2020, the entertainment and media market in the United States was expected to be worth over $720.38 billion. With a B, US dollars. It's not only comprised of the major studios we all know by name like Universal, Warner Brothers, Disney, Paramount. It's made up of production companies often helmed by the leading ladies and gentlemen themselves. Let's take a look. Plan B Entertainment, maybe one of the most iconic Hollywood couples of all time. Also, were partnered in business. Brad Pitt and his then-wife, Jennifer Aniston, with movie producer Brad Gray in 2001, formed Plan B Entertainment. While so many of us were swooning at the tabloids and the screens, they were actually mastering the business side, the Hollywood hustle of entertainment. The first feature was produced by Plan B in 2004, a historical epic called Troy. You all remember that opening scene, that shocking and oh so unforgettable Brad Pitt moment. Then in 2005, he became the sole owner of Plan B Entertainment. Plan B went on to produce 3 films that won Academy Awards for Best Picture, including The Departed in 2006, 12 Years a Slave in 2013, and Moonlight in 2016. The first film with an all-black cast and the first LGBTQ-related film to win the award. So, how much is Brad Pitt and Plan B Entertainment worth? The big question. Well, it's a cool $300 million. Sources say he makes more through his production company than his appearances on screen. And that, fans, is the big aha moment. This isn't just the charming up-close and personals that are bringing in the dollars for Brad Pitt. It's his production company. Don't be fooled, all of you aspiring actors, that you can just be an actor. You also have to invest in the business side if you really want the big bucks by creating your own production company. And that's proven to be a solid option for several reasons. First, being creative input and control over the products you star in. And 2, investing in the production of other films and other opportunities that you can actually capitalize on without having to be a part of the product. And then there was Happy Madison. Happy Madison production, helmed by Adam Sandler. Prompter. After the unprecedented success of hit films like The Wedding Singer and Waterboy in 1998, Adam Sandler had enough financial resources to start his own production company, as both of the films grossed $100 million in revenue at the box office. Aha, there it is. Adam Sandler invested what he got paid from Hollywood back into Hollywood in a decision that really would define his career. Sandler partnered up with Hollywood vet Jack Giapparuto and started Happy Madison Productions. The company's first production was a Rob Schneider film, Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo. And Adam keeps it all in the family. The parent company of that production studio is Happy Madison Inc., run by Adam Sandler's brother. And the logo, well, the old man happens to be Adam Sandler's late father, who passed away in 2003. According to reports in 2020, the company itself made around $3.9 billion. Shondaland, founded by Shonda Rhimes under the leadership with producing partner Betsy Beers. Their mission, and I quote, "We tell stories all day long. Dark or light, we use our stories for good. We invite you to join us. Our table is for anyone who wants a seat. We embrace our greatness. We embrace our genius. We know we are talented. We love that we win. A true revolution is never apologizing for being better than other people. We also mess up all the time, and we don't care about it." Where would Powerhouse Network ABC be without Miss Shonda Rhimes? I would love to know. She's the creator of two of my all-time favorite shows, Scandal and Grey's Anatomy. How many fashion lines have been inspired by Olivia Pope? How many bottles of red wine sold and bags of popcorn popped? And the net worth? Well, we could buy a lot of Louboutins from this. According to Forbes, Shonda Rhimes' net worth is around $135 million. And that doesn't include her Netflix deal, where her hit show Bridgerton just raked in 63 million viewers. In honor of all things the business of entertainment, we're excited to welcome Jon Carlo and Baldur Thor from Feral State. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Fanvestor Report. I'm your host, Jezlan Moyet, and today we are celebrating the worldwide global release of Feral State. We're joined by the writer and director Jon Carlo and breakout star Baldur Thor. Hey guys, welcome to the Fanvestor Report.
Thanks for having us.
Well, and congratulations. First, from you, I want to know, how does it feel to have released this film, being that this is your first directorial debut?
It is, it's still hard to swallow, especially because, you know, we've all been working on this movie for the past 2 years nonstop. That all I know is working on the movie. I don't know having a movie out, and I don't know what that feels like, so it hasn't quite hit me yet.
I love that you say working on this movie, because unless you're in the entertainment industry, most people don't understand the tremendous amount of work that goes into writing, producing, shooting, editing, marketing a film. It's one of the most glamorous grinds that there is.
Oh my God, I mean, there's no better way to say it, glamorous grinds. There's nothing glamorous about the act of doing it. It's, you know, it's what people see. That's like the glamour, like the premieres and the red carpets and the screenings. But it's like manual labor. It's like digging ditches and like laying bricks and mowing lawns and pulling weeds. It's by far the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life.
Well, and it's also kicking ass and taking names. I mean, your star, Annalyn McCord, is an absolute goddess. Baldur, tell us a little bit about your role and working with Annalyn.
So I played Cody, one of the young boys in the family on the gang. And Annalyn was just like incredible. She came 3 days, and we had been working on it for 2 weeks. She showed up, she had all of her scenes, and she just like absolute professional, like killed it each time, knew exactly where everything was, and like that was so cool to just kind of like see someone like jump in and slay it. And I feel like I learned a lot about like being a professional actor for her.
Well, that's part of putting in the work as an actor, right? I mean, tell us a little bit about the film in and of itself, Jon Carlo. What can audiences expect?
So this is a really dark, swampy thriller. I feel like we all invented our new genre called the swamp thriller, where it's like this, you know, it's Central Florida, which is not Miami. This is like where the gators and the bugs and the frogs and the meth, and this is like, a different genre. And in a nutshell, the movie's about this guy, this enigmatic kind of like drifter who takes in orphans off the streets, gives them a home, gives them a place to live, but also trains them to be criminals. And they go out and they rob drug dealers and they blow up meth labs, and they become this like ragtag vigilante crew.
Ooh. Well, according to the website, I've got tucked away far from the white sandy beaches and amusement parks is a Florida that few outsiders ever see. Let's take a look at the official trailer.
The line between poverty and prosperity.
Put the money on the counter!
All I see are the forgotten.
Please. Hey! The money on the counter.
Those that somehow missed out on the American dream. That's why I believe that if you want something, you gotta find it. Or take it.
This is Mac Monroe, ex-Marine with one hell of a rap sheet. Over here is the entire Monroe gang. Bunch of river rats taken in by Mr. Monroe, I'm told.
Everybody here came to me in a similar fashion as you. We're all orphans, darling. This is a family born of choice. And that is a powerful thing. You understand that? Sometimes, water is thicker than blood.
Go.
The stuff they were cooking up would have ended up in the streets, probably in the hands of some God-fearing people. Can't have that. Those were bad people, son.
We pulled 3 bodies from the rubble.
Witnesses?
Neighbors heard gunshots around 1 a.m. No one saw anything.
The Holy Spirit is among us. You feel that?
I do.
You're gonna reflect back on what we're doing here. It was for the betterment of the world.
You definitely invented a new genre, gentlemen. I've got chills. So, digging into the conversation again about business, being that this is the Fanvestor report, what does the business look like for you in terms of your investment, of your time, talent, energy, and what you're going to do with your brands moving forward? Baldur, let's start with you, because I know a lot of people are really interested in the business of acting.
Yeah, so I guess it's like, how do you capitalize on this film? And like, I was very lucky in terms of being part of the team, getting that experience, and also just like having that on my resume so early on. And like, how do I promote that? How do I like take that and turn that into a new project? But also, I think like the biggest thing that I think about is not getting like typecast. And I feel like that's such a part of the business, is people will start seeing you as one thing, and you're successful in that. And how do you not get stuck in, like, for example, like being a rom-comer?
So how do you do that? What's the answer?
I think the answer is being self-aware of that, and then going for the things that you really want. So, like, if you can say no to a job that seems like, hey, I do this all the time, and sort of chase another opportunity that's going to challenge you. And I think that's the biggest thing for me. I get so much out of doing things and that are challenging, characters that are way different from me, and that's what I want to pursue. And so it's about putting that energy out, talking to people, being honest with that. And like, I'm a big believer in, like, when you're in casting rooms, like, tell people what your spiel is. Like, for me, I love playing dark characters. I like to go sort of opposite of this.
Jon, I know that your business started in acting, right? Some great breakout roles, Parks and Rec. When you came to Hollywood, how did you transition into writing and directing?
Well, I think the biggest thing for me as an actor was, I focused on the craft for so long. I studied with the best teachers. I went to conservatory. I was so focused on the craft that I forgot that Hollywood is a business. And, I didn't spend the time learning not how to act, but how to audition, how to network, how to meet people. And so I was just going out for lifeguard number 3 and cop number 6 and bartender number 2 and waiter number 9. And I got to a point where, the trajectory I was on of doing co-stars and guest stars was like, indefinite. And I was like, how do I break through? How do I take matters into my own hands? Because I'm sure Baldur will also relate. As an actor, you have to wait. You're passive. Someone has to give you a role. You have to get the audition. You have to, and I wanted to be more active. And so I figured the only thing I can do without asking permission is to write. Because no one has to give, I can just sit at home by myself and write. And so kind of that was the thing that I started. I was like, if I can control the material, then I can just write myself into everything I do.
Genius.
And so that's kind of how it happened. And, the first script that I got hired to write was First We Take Brooklyn, starring Harvey Keitel. And when I found out Harvey was in it, this little side extra character started appearing in every scene with Harvey Keitel. And then, I talked to the director, and I was like, can I play this role of Vlad? He's just an extra. They're like, yeah, you can have Vlad. And Vlad all of a sudden appears in every scene with Harvey Keitel.
Wait,
in the
that
beginning,
never
the middle,
happens.
the end.
You were an extra, asked for a role, and then you were in every scene in the movie. That's unreal.
Right, because I wrote the script.
Key.
And so I was able to kind of slip it in and control the material. And that's when I realized, you have to play the business. You can't just focus on craft, even though craft is extremely important. But there's so much more to learn about the business.
Have you learned, being that this film is independent, right? And
Right.
Explain to the fans, the audience, what producing and distributing a film independently means outside of, the major studios. Because there's a lot of benefits, but that also presents a lot of challenges.
Yeah, you're going off into the uncharted waters without any guarantee of a sale, of distribution. You're kind of just wandering out, hoping for the best. And I think the most important lesson I learned was you have to surround yourself with a good team, because no one produces a movie alone. Movies aren't made, independent, with one person. And having the cast that we had, the crew that we had, we became this family and this army, and we went into very uncomfortable situations together as a team. And it wasn't my movie, it's not Baldur's movie, it's not Anna Lynn's movie, it's literally all of our movie. And so that's the most important thing, is surrounding yourself with really good, competent people who are just as passionate as you are about the project.
Baldur, I'm very curious, what's going to come next for you? After you do all this celebrating and press rounds, what's next on your plate?
I think, first I'm gonna really enjoy what it means to have a film that you've done about, because this has been over my head for 2 years, and now it's finally coming out. So that's just something that I would really enjoy. And then I did another film called I'm Mordecai, and that will be coming out shortly. So I guess after this, we'll be going that way.
Thank goodness, because we've all watched all of Netflix, HBO. I mean, we've seen everything in 2020. I don't think I've ever
Totally.
been more of a better viewed connoisseur of film and television, so I'm so excited that there's something new. Please remind everyone where they can find, follow, and see the film that was released May 28th.
So Feral State, if you go to feralstatemovie.com, we have a link there to all the platforms. Essentially, the movie's going to be available on every platform known to man except Netflix.
How incredible is that, though?
Yeah.
I mean, every single platform?
Every platform. I mean, you can get it on Amazon, on Apple, on PlayStation, on Spectrum on Demand. It's literally everywhere except Netflix. you can go to Feral State Movie on Instagram. We're on Facebook, and it's just the beginning. I mean, we have a worldwide distribution deal as well, and so we're slowly getting into different international markets too. So follow us and stay tuned for more.
Absolutely. I'm sure both of you will have careers that these fans are going to want to invest in. Maybe another film, TV, novel, product.
Sure.
Never know.
Feral State the sequel? Who knows?
Hey, we were laughing about it. First one was Feral State. Maybe the sequel will be Feral Nation. And then the third installment will be Feral Galaxy.
I'm in.
Why not?
Sign me up. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for joining us in the Fanvestor Report. We know where we can see the film, but how can fans continue to follow and support your individual journeys as well?
I'm on Instagram. I am Jon Carlo. Twitter, Jon Carlo. Baldur?
I'm on Instagram, Baldur Thor _ and then I have a website, baldurthor.com.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Stay well.
Thank you so much.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more on the Fanvestor Report. And these friends, well, they're characters that have made billions. The Friends reunion premiering this week, called The One Where They Get Back Together, is streaming on HBO. Jennifer Aniston, otherwise known as Rachel, Courtney Cox, Monica, Lisa Kudrow, Phoebe, Matt LeBlanc, Joey, Matthew Perry, our beloved Chandler, and David Schwimmer, Ross, will reunite as the original Friends on Soundstage 24 at Warner Brothers Studio in Burbank to film. Now, the stars will also executive produce. See, the full business angle. And not to break your heart, fans, but this new Friends episode, well, it's not really an episode of Friends. It's the actors appearing as themselves, reliving their good old days on set with some trivia, throwback moments, and they'll join James Corden with a live audience discussion. And Friends fans, this just in, big news, Matthew Perry has announced he is releasing his own line of Friends merchandise, already in high demand and set to profit a great amount, if they haven't raked it in already. So how much is this show worth? What is the net worth of the show? To give you an idea, Warner Brothers makes $1 billion each year from syndication revenue. For the 6 main cast members who earn 2% of the show's syndication revenue, it means an annual income, passive income at this point, of $20 million each, just from the reruns. When Friends first aired, each cast member was paid $22,500 per episode. And the Friends cast fought for the co-stars' equal pay, and they still stand as some of the highest paid TV actors of all time. It started as all cast members earning equal, and Rachel and Ross, with their dynamic role and relationship, they rose to stardom, and they were set to be paid more. However, Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer threatened to boycott filming if their 4 co-stars didn't receive equal compensation. Wow. They even accepted lower pay to make that happen. Now that is cool. So when did the network not compromise? In 1996, the cast formed a solid partnership and threatened to just not show up for the taping of the new show if the network wouldn't negotiate. Well, we all know the network negotiated. Congratulations, Friends. They could stay friends because they were all making the same amount of money. Then how did they invest and bank off that? Well, let's talk Rachel, Jennifer Aniston. Now worth approximately $300 million. Apart from the show, she's appeared in about 40 movies, including Along Came Polly in 2004, 2008 Tearjerker, Marley and Me, Horrible Bosses, and she now runs Echo Films, a production company with Kristen Hahn. She co-created this in 2008. It was her plan B after Plan B Entertainment. And now she has a deal producing Universal Pictures' award-winning show, The Morning Show, which I absolutely loved on Apple TV. She also has enormous amounts of endorsements with huge companies like Emirates, Aveeno, Smartwater, you name it. And then there's Courtney Cox, worth approximately $150 million. She's acted in shows since like Shameless and Modern Family, and films like the Scream franchise, and she produces so many other shows. Celebrity Name Game, Cougar Town. She's also even directed a few episodes of Cougar Town, believe it or not. She's also got endorsement deals that include Coca-Cola, Head & Shoulders, and Avon. She also has made money from the production company she set up with her ex-husband, David Arquette, Coquette Productions. Matthew Perry. What is he worth now? $120 million. He's appeared in almost 51 films, including The Ron Clark Story, 17 Again, and various other TV shows like Scrub and The Good Wife. He's actually got some writing credits to his name as well. The Odd Couple, Mr. Sunshine, and many more. And it was announced this week he is releasing his own line of Friends merchandise. As I mentioned earlier, it is in high demand, fans. What you wish you could have invested in this? I would have. I'd write the check today if I could. David Schwimmer. What is he worth now? $100 million. Various stage roles and voice acting from Friends. He also makes between 10 and 20 million in royalties alone, acting for DreamWorks, Madagascar Films, and has a very successful movie director of his own right. And then there's Ross. My heart. David Schwimmer is now worth $100 million. How did he get all this money? Various stage and voice acting roles, and 10 to 20 million in royalties alone from voice acting for DreamWorks. He's also a very successful movie director in his own right, with his most popular movie being Run, Fat Boy Run. Also directed a few episodes of the Joey sitcom, and Lisa Kudrow, we can't forget, is now worth $90 million. She's acted in films like Easy A, Bad Neighbors, and The Girl on the Train, as well as other TV shows like Scandal and BoJack Horseman. She's also created shows of her own with the series Web Therapy and The Comeback. She owns a number of mansions around the world, as I'm sure most of the cast is invested in real estate, and even has one in LA. Matt LeBlanc is rumored to be worth $80 million. After Friends, he earned money through other shows and films as well, like Man with a Plan, Top Gear, etc., etc., etc. Congratulations to the cast of Friends for not only impacting the 90s, but for continuing to impact the world and pop culture globally. Well done. Well, fans, in other Fanvestor news, let's talk Amari Stoudemire. He is a 6-time NBA All-Star and Olympic bronze medalist. Just recently, Amari released a new collagen supplement focusing on the active lifestyle called Masa, which launched exclusively on Fanvestor. You can see it for yourself on fanvestor.com. Don't forget to purchase. A portion of the proceeds, of course, go to the Amari Stoudemire Foundation. The foundation provides at-risk youth with educational opportunities. Amari most recently was awarded MVP in the 2020 Israeli Championships. He's also an entrepreneur who's known for organic farming, a clothing line, and a series of children's books for Scholastic Press. He's a winemaker and a player development coach at the Brooklyn Nets. We've teamed up with Amari in providing his fans with various perks and experiences, giving you the opportunities. Buy his product line Masa along with a limited edition hoodie, the Stoudemire hoodie. You can also win a one-on-one game of NBA 2K with Amari, or a virtual round of boxing at Amari Rumble Gym, and even a dinner with Amari in New York City, prepared by his personal chef. The best perk, drumroll please, you can even go on a trip to Israel with Amari, where he's going to take you on a tour of all of his favorite holy sites. Fanvestors can also get excited for Super Dope Q's line, Hair Dope. It includes a hair brightener, pre-shampoo, and hair juice, a semi-permanent dye, and hair sauce, also known as temporary wax. For more information on Hair Dope and where to buy it, visit fanvestor.com. You can use Hair Dope to accessorize your outfit and personalize your style however you might like it. It's inclusive to both wigs and natural hair. Hair Dope's formulas are water-based and salt-free, paraben-free, ammonia-free, vegan and cruelty-free, all of the good things. And its hair-nourishing ingredients include olive oil, shea butter, argan oil, and keratin. All of these products will make your hair look incredible and feel amazing. And as for perks and experiences available exclusively on fanvestor.com, you can win a limited edition hoodie, Super Dope Q styled. You can even shop Super Dope Q's closet and pick out an item from his closet that you want. You can have a personal styling session with Q on Zoom, and even meet Q in Atlanta and have a personal style session and makeover. Even better, you can win a trip to Black Ink Studio in Atlanta, where you and your boo can get matching tattoos. Make sure to apply and shop at fanvestor.com. Thank you, fans, for investing your time with us today on the Fanvestor Report, where we cover all things the business of celebrity. We'll see you next week.
You can see past editions of the Fanvestor Report on our YouTube channel. Make sure you catch them all.
The reason why I created Hair Dope is because hair colors are popping everywhere. A lot of people, your favorite rappers, your favorite singers, your favorite artists, whoever, they're dyeing their hair, they're doing things like that, and this is a world full of color, so I feel like I want to feel like everyone can express themselves through my color. Well, to me, the importance of entrepreneurship is having a career that's longevity. You know, a lot of people jump into the game and into careers of being an entrepreneur and not having longevity in what they're doing. So that's what I really feel like. You have to put your all into it. It has to be from the heart. You have to have longevity. You have to be able to stay in and stay active.